performance by Storm Tiger. We heard beforehand he was a subject to good support. He's still looking for his first win over fences, but on that evidence,
his comfortable win in that maiden at the Curragh towards the back end of last season. 11-8 market leader here, currently ahead of Panic Alarm and Trachonitis, who has attracted support for Jim Bulger and Rory Cleary. Trachonitis, who won a nursery at the Curragh himself in October, one of Kevin Manning's last winners. Had shaped with promise in maidens prior to that as well. And Imadpour, not one to forget about either here. He looked a promising sort last term, won a maiden at Cork and ran okay. It listed in Group 3 level. Subsequently, he goes into handicaps for the first time today off a mark of 88. He's currently a 13-2 shot for the Michael Halford and Tracy Collins partnership, now operating out of the famous Cunningham Lodge yard on the Curragh. But there is our market leader, Paddington. Siuni Colt, who justified favouritism in that Curragh maiden last time we saw him. We'll find out if he can kick off the new campaign with a win very shortly.
First of the runners about to be loaded, Panic Alarm.
Many thanks, Jess. Looking forward to this one. He's a fine horse, isn't he, Paddington? Looks like he's done well over the winter period, and time may well show that a mark of 97 is well within his compass. We'll get a chance to see what he's capable of first time out today. Panic Alarm just about to load up the stalls there. Was in great form at the back end of last season with those wins at Down Royal and here at Naas on his final start. And a couple of other interesting contenders in the field here. We've seen there's been support for Trachonitis. Semblance of Order is a horse who was quite highly tried last term and has been gelded over the close season as well, which might well lead to perhaps a bit of improvement from Andy Oliver's son of Buratino. Cheek Piece is back on today. He was tried in Advisor on his final start last term. Confirmation of the results at Carlisle just on your screen there. Imadpour is a horse I like as well. Michael Halford and Tracy Collins not long into that new partnership from the historic Cunningham Lodge yard on the Curragh, and we'll see how he fares on his handicap debut today as well. Interesting move from Mick Mulvaney to run Duke of Lega from so far out of the handicap here. He's a bit unfortunate that the top two have come out now. Had they not been declared, he wouldn't be quite as badly in at the weights. He did win a nursery in good style at Galway in his final start last term, and wouldn't be shocked if he outran his odds here, Duke of Lega. Conditions won't be any problem for him, but obviously he does have plenty on his plate on the face of things. Here we go.
Duke of Lega has just reared up. Settle down now. And that off over 7 furlongs in the Irish Racing Writers Carmel Kerwin and Loreto Hanlon Memorial Madrid Premier Handicap for 3-year-olds. It's Duke of Lega showing in the lead, but only just to Semblance of Order, a couple of lengths in front with the principal pairing, Panic Alarm and Paddington alongside them, Trachonitis with the noseband Imadpour, 3 lengths to Bossy Parker. Continuing the end of the second furlong, and it's Duke of Lega, Nathan Cross by 3 parts of a length to Semblance of Order, and Chris Hayes being followed towards the 4 mark by Panic Alarm, Shane Foley disputing third with Paddington and Ryan Moore. As they head for the approach to the straight, they're almost at halfway. These are being followed towards the approach to the straight by Trachonitis, the Nimad Port and Bossy Parker. Duke of Lega builds up a lead of 2.5 lengths as they hit the straight from Semblance of Order. Panic Alarm now a clear running third, with on the inside Paddington, alongside is Trachonitis, with the final couple passing the 3, Nimad Port and Bossy Parker. Racing on just outside the final 2.5 furlongs, and it's Duke of Lega the leader. From Panic Alarm, pushed up on the outside of Semblance of Order. On the right is Paddington. Trachonitis slightly impeded there, and then Imad Port and Bossy Parker. Less than 2 to run. And it is Duke of Lega from Semblance of Order back on terms. Paddington is laying down a strong run over on the far side with Panic Alarm. On the stand side, the white captain, Trachonitis. Up the hill they come, and scrimmaging there didn't affect Paddington, who's in the lead with less than 100 yards to go. And it's Paddington in front as they go towards the line. Will make a winning return in the Madrid for Ryan Murray and O'Brien. Second, Duke of Lega, Panic Alarm third, then Trachonitis.
Paddington it is then, who's justified favouritism and confirmed himself well up to winning off a mark of 97 here in his handicap debut. 6 to 4 he returns, easy enough to back close to the off, but it was a pretty comprehensive success in the end. Huge run from Duke of Lega from out of the handicap in second, who went forward under Nathan Cross, was kept company by Semblance of Order early, but struck on for home and it stuck to the task really well. Fair bit of scrimmaging down the home straight. Duke of Lega went to his right first of all. There was a bit of a knock-on effect there with Semblance of Order and Panic Alarm, and then we'll see there's further interference here. Panic Alarm might just have edged to the left, it would appear, under a right-hand drive there from Shane Foley, and a real coming together between Duke of Lega and Semblance of Order, who might just have been feeling the pinch at that stage anyway. But Paddington was in the clear at that stage and on his way to victory. Here's the head-on replay of the closing stages, which should reveal a bit more. See Duke of Lega edging right there first of all, and then we'll see this much more serious interference in which Semblance of Order seemed to come off worst. Just about to take place now, I think. And Panic Alarm was the one who did go to his left and seemed to instigate that. But all told, a really likeable performance from Paddington. He's a fine-looking horse and seemed to be carrying a bit of condition today as well. No doubt there'll be improvement to come. I'm sure the stewards will have a look into that interference in the straight. Though they didn't have an inquiry earlier on, when I thought they might in one of the earlier races. But whatever, Paddington, you can safely conclude, won't be involved. He's landed the Irish racing riders Carmel Kerwin and Loreto. Hanlon Memorial Madrid handicap. Reaction to come. Now, though, it's back to James over at Exeter.
So 1 3/4 of a length, a half a length. 2.5 lengths